Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider of the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside April Howdy. And Coach, we've talked for the last couple of weeks. It is going quick now. I was looking at the schedule before we went on, and just 6 games left in the 2014 season.
It's fast, and we knew it would be, especially with the Wednesday, Friday, and the next couple weeks, is that we don't really have that full week of preparation. This is really our last regular week before we kind of go in the fast forward a little bit.
Road trip's always tough. I know it's kind of a rough weekend for you. You went on the road this weekend, fell at SMU. It was a very good team. We've talked about them. It seems like the whole season. We got that nice win at home. Tough to win down there in Dallas.
And they're obviously a very good team. You know, they're a very good passing team, defensive team. It was a defensive battle. It's the 2 best liberos in the conference, and they really went after it. So from a fan perspective, it was fun to see a very high level of volleyball. From a coaching perspective, we were 1 or 2 swings away from pushing it to a 5th set. Who knows what would happen in that scenario, but our girls definitely came out fighting, and we gave ourselves a chance.
You go on the road after that. You stay on the road, a 2-game swing, and a 3-0 loss over at Tulsa.
Yeah, that one's a little harder to swallow. You know, I think we were in it the first set. Again, a couple errors down the late part of the first set cost us there, and you know, Tulsa got back a player they didn't have the first time we played them, and they have a really good outside hitter that'll probably be first team all conference, and you know, she just gets in the front row, and she's kind of a beast. We have really had a really hard time trying to contain her. And I think we still had our moments to be in the match, but again, my job right now is to get this team refocused, because to go on the road and lose 2 games, I think we need a reality check that that's not acceptable. No matter what the circumstance, no matter what's going on within the team, we're here to win and continue to be at the top of the conference.
Brings me to my next point before we talk about the games coming up in the 4-game homestand. This is a week, I guess, kind of to get refocused, because with the 6 games to go, it's a chance to make this strong push to end the season.
Yeah, and now you're sitting at, we're still in, I mean, now we're 5th, unfortunately. You know, one weekend you go from 2nd to 5th place, but there is a clear divide between the top 5 in terms of record and then the bottom 6. However, in terms of talent, not so much. You know, people aren't just beating up on people 3-0. There's a lot of close matches going on, and Houston just won 2 matches in 5 last week, so they're showing that they're grinding it out. And we talked earlier about, you hope maybe at this point you gain a mental advantage of those teams that might have checked out a little bit. Well, we better not check out. You know, I know I'm kind of fired up about it, but this is, you know, our passion, and we're here to win. And that's what the standard is now for Memphis Volleyball. And it's not going to be an easy road. You know, we have some additional challenges to face, but that's what life's all about. You got to rise up, you got to punch it back, and we got to just keep fighting to get a good win on Friday and refocus for, you know, a hungry Tulane team on Sunday.
And that really is where the separation is in all of athletics, whether it's volleyball or any other sport, especially a sport like volleyball where you do play a lot of games. You get the 20 conference games. The long season is, can you keep that mental edge late? Because at this point, everyone's going to have a little wear and tear, a little mental fatigue, a little physical fatigue, but mentally, the teams that can kind of have that edge late in the season will end up in the top 4 of their conferences.
Yeah, because right now where they might be mentally, if it's like, okay, 3 more weeks, it's either 3 more weeks, oh, this stinks, we've had such a good year. And I think that's where the girls are at, as opposed to, we can't wait for 3 weeks to be over if you just have no shot. And we still have a shot to be in the top, and there's anywhere from realistically 2nd to, I mean, even 1st to 5th place is still up for grabs. So there's a lot to be done. And, you know, again, sometimes just the desire to win needs to be enough of a motivation. You know, some of our goals may be a little bit harder to achieve now than we had at the beginning of the season, but we're still here to win. And they're going to feel a whole lot better if you have 20-plus wins, finish in the top of the conference, and really kind of put a stamp on this season that Memphis Volleyball, you know, is here to do some damage.
Well, the good thing for you guys is that on the back half of the season, the last 6 games, you're going to have 4 at home, and it's going to start off this weekend with a 4-game homestand. So you're not going to have to travel down until the final weekend of the season. And
even our last travel is probably the easiest trip, you know, down to Florida. Hop down there. It's only an hour and a half between the 2 schools. We'll get a chance to go to the beach a little bit and do some family and friends time, have a little Thanksgiving, even though, you know, we're not at home with our families. We'll have some time together as a team. So to finish with these 4, you know, really try to send our seniors off here from their last homestand and you know, finish strong like the way that we know how. And we have 3 days to practice. You know, we're discussing as a staff, you know, how we really want to go about this. I just keep trying to remember what I was like as an 18-year-old, you know, to 22-year-old, and the mentality of things. And, you know, honestly, it's like we just keep pushing. I can't put myself back, you know, 15 years into the brain of that kid. But I can sit here now and say, I think we're competitors and we want to win.
This weekend should be a fun weekend at the Elmer Rowan Fieldhouse. If you're a women's athletics fan, it's going to be 2 good days because you're going to go doubleheader with women's basketball Friday and Sunday. So there's going to be a lot of stuff to do over the Fieldhouse. Probably going to have some really good crowds over there.
Yeah, I know basketball opens up against Missouri State on Friday, and then we'll clear the floor, get warmed up, and get our match. So we encourage the fans to come. Maybe go grab a quick bite to eat and come back and see the volleyball game. I'm sure the concession stands will love that.
Yeah.
People get some dinner, some hot dogs and things for the game. And then Sunday we play at noon, and again that little break, and then basketball plays at 4. So I know our game's admission is free. Basketball is very realistic for a family to attend. And so I think that people can come out and you can come to the game, pay, and then stay for the volleyball match and really get a whole family atmosphere. I know Melissa and I would love that.
Let's talk about the games real quick. Houston, I know you'd like to get them at home on Friday.
Yeah, I've said kind of all season, we just didn't show up great at their place. I mean, granted, they beat us. It doesn't take anything away from their victory, but we know we weren't quite the best. We do face the best outside hitter in the conference this year that's ranked not only first in our conference, but nationally ranked in sort of kills per set and hitting percentage. So we know we're going to have our work cut out for us there. And like I said, to see that they won 2 sets in 5 last week against Tulane and ECU, I mean, they're still fighting. They haven't decided to end their season yet, so they're not going to come in here and just roll over. We got to fight to win this thing, and we kind of got to get our lineup clicking a little bit. We've had some adjustments and really spend 3 days to get ourselves comfortable so that we're ready to play Friday. I
know the second match is going to be Tulane on Sunday. How do you see them in the back half of the season?
I mean, they have been struggling. I think if we can jump on it early, although even last week they were down against Houston and they fought back, I don't think they're kind of completely out, but obviously they have some things they're struggling with. And, it's if you're having a tough season, again, it's all mentality.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're out of it, we can maybe gain that mental edge. But by no means do I think we're at some point now that we can just sit back a little bit. Again, we have our own things we're kind of working through. And this is a great opportunity in the next 4 games. I mean, just in terms of where people are at in the conference, it's a chance to kind of solidify where we are. And that's the challenge in front of them. And then really go into that last weekend. So if our team really believes that we're in the top 5 of conference, well, we got to go prove it. We had a great first half, and I'm proud of that. I mean, to sit there and be with only 2 losses after the first round is fantastic. But we've had 3 out of the last 4. And to me, that gets me fired up because what are we doing?
Yeah.
We had the right mindset going into it the first half, and now I've seen some things start to slip, and we're going to get back on track this week. The players may not like it, but again, we're not here just to play volleyball. We're here to win and contend for a championship.
Coach, sounds good. Best of luck this weekend. We'll see you out there.
Thank you.
That is head coach Abel Howdy. I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.